Hi friends, and welcome to Storytime with Ledding Library. My name is Jessalyn, and today we're going to do some stories and songs about dogs. My first song today is about a dog named Bingo. Now, Bingo spells his name like this: B-I-N-G-O. And we're going to sing a song that goes like this. There was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, B-I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh, right now we are going to get rid of the B. Bye, B. And instead of saying the B, we're going to clap like that. Here we go. There was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh, all right, Bingo, we're gonna get rid of the I. Bye, I. Now we're gonna clap twice. Once for the B, once for the I. There was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh, what letter are we going to get rid of next? That's right, the N. Bye, N. Now we're going to clap 3 times for the B, the I, and the N. Here we go. There was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh, which letter is going away next? The G. Bye, G. How many times are we going to clap now? B-I-N-G. That's right, 4 times. There was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh, we only have 1 letter left to get rid of. It's the O. Bye, O. Now we're going to clap 5 times, once for each letter. There was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, and Bingo was his name. Oh, we got rid of all of the letters in Bingo's name, but he's still here. Next, we're going to go do a story about a dog. Today's story is called Bark George. It's by Jules Feiffer, and it's read with permission of HarperCollins Publishers. But today, instead of reading the book, we are going to tell it with a story on the board. You can check out the book from the library if you want to see the pictures. So here's George. He's a dog. And here's George's mother. And one day, George's mother said to George, "Bark, George." Dogs can bark, can't they? That's right. But George didn't bark. George said, "Meow." Who says meow? No, George, said George's mother. Cats go meow, dogs go arf. No bark, George. And this time, George said, quack. Who says quack? No, George, said George's mother. Ducks go quack, dogs go arf. No bark, George. And this time, George said, oink. Who says oink? No, George, said George's mother. Pigs go oink, dogs go arf. Now bark, George. And this time, George said, moo. Who says moo? Oh no. George's mother was very worried about George. She decided to take him to the vet, to the animal doctor. They got to the vet's office, and George's mother explained what was happening. The vet said, "Oh, we will soon get to the bottom of this. We will fix this problem. All right, George, bark." And George said, do you remember what he said first? Meow. The vet put on a rubber glove and reached deep down inside of George and pulled out a cat. It was a cat saying meow. Oh, well, that explains that. All right, said the vet. Bark, George. And this time, George said, quack. Do you remember who says quack? The vet reached deep, deep inside of George and pulled out a duck. Wow, there was a duck saying quack inside of George. All right, bark, George, said the vet. And George said, oink. The vet reached deep, deep, deep inside of George and pulled out a pig. There was a pig inside of this dog. Wow. All right, that explains the oinking. All right, bark, George, said the vet. And George said, moo. The vet reached deep, deep, deep inside of George and pulled out a cow. There was a cow inside of that dog. Wow. Now we know who was mooing. All right, let's see if this worked. Bark, George, said the vet. And what do you think George did? George said, arf! He barked, just like a real dog. Oh, George's mother was so happy. She kissed George, she kissed the vet, she kissed the cat, and the duck, and the pig, and the cow. Oh, she was so happy. George could finally bark, just like a real dog. Oh, she was so excited. She wanted to show off George's barking to all of the kids watching story time. So she said, bark, George, bark for the kids at story time. But this time, George said, hello. Hello, friends at story time. Oh no, is there something else inside of George? I wonder. You'll have to guess about that yourself. We are gonna go do one more song. We are going to finish story time today with our goodbye song. Our hands are gonna say goodbye with a clap, clap, clap. Our knees say goodbye with a tap, tap, tap. And then we'll wave to each other at the end. It goes like this. This is the way our hands say goodbye with a clap, 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 a clap, clap, clap. This is the way our hands say goodbye with a clap, 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 clap. Ready for your knees? This is the way our knees say goodbye with a tap, 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 a tap, tap, tap. This is the way our knees say goodbye with a tap, 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 tap. Now we'll wave. This is the way we wave goodbye, wave goodbye, wave goodbye. This is the way we wave goodbye, goodbye until next time. Thanks for watching Storytime today. We'll see you another day.